So I was asked to share with you my story, which I don't really consider a story. It's more of a journey. And I don't want you to think I'm sharing it for you to feel bad for me or to think all the crazy things that have happened in my life. That's not my purpose. The purpose is for you to see how God can work through your life in your own journey if you take the time to notice it. So I won't even go through the whole life worth. I'll just go, let's say, the last year. My brother-in-law, my husband's brother, was diagnosed with liver disease. And no one in the family could tell him or how to tell him or take him to the doctor. And so they said, Karen, you take him. You're good at it. Okay? So I took him, explained to him that he only had a significant amount of life left, which was very little. At that very same time, his wife was in the hospital, just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Who's going to talk to her? Karen, you're going to do that because you're good at that. So I take him with me, and we go and talk to her and explain what is going on in the most kind and honest and loving way that we could. Their life expectancy was very short, but they're still with us. But someone had to have that honest conversation with them. Then a little while after that, my sister's husband was diagnosed with lung disease, was on a list for a long time, got a lung transplant, and after a long battle with that, he struggled and did not make it through that rehab time. And as she battled that, it was a long time. It was several months as she went through that. She would call me because she was in California and asked to talk her through that, to get her through the hard times, to let her see a different perspective on the purpose and how she was going to get through each day. And I asked her, why are you asking me that? And she said, because you are good at it. Then about 3 months ago, my mother got ill. She had been in independent living and doing a very good job taking care of herself. And I had gone to check on her as I do regularly, and she was not feeling well, and we had to go to the hospital. And as she was being diagnosed over a 10-day period of time, there were numerous staff coming in, and every time they came in, I thanked them for what they did and offered to help them however we could, and we got that label of, you're that different family, you're that kind family. And then my mom had to make a life choice when they discovered there was nothing else they could do for her. And who's going to have that conversation? Who's going to talk to her? I'm like, Lord, someone needs to come and talk to her. And there appeared this doctor who had nothing better to do, though, so it seemed, who came in and sat with my mom for 45 minutes and talked with her and helped her make the life choices that she needed to make. After that, she was supposed to go home, but it's not that simple when you leave a hospital and you go back to a assisted living community. She was to go through the nursing home. And my promise to her whole life was that I would never put her in a nursing home. And it was supposed to be a 2-week period of time. The doctor said she was going to be moved to hospice care and may not have had 2 weeks. And so I asked everyone, as kind as I could be, I asked them all to please help me through that decision and that rule that we had to break. And the staff came in and the doctor came in and he said, what's the problem? And I said, I need to get my mom back home to her apartment. Just a minute, he said. He walks back in and he goes, you have a connection with someone because I made one phone call and they said, you betcha, she can go back to home and not have to go to the nursing home. So I hugged him and I was very grateful for that. And as we moved her to her apartment and the hospice nurses came and numerous staff came to take care of her. And they all said, you're so different. You respond to everything so differently. You're handling this so differently. And I realized that now I was being transformed and I was looking at it differently. Ritter and Faith Walking and Pastor Bill have all opened my vision to see that you need to take time to notice how God is changing you and how you're working through that process. And so now I'm employed at a church. which most of you know, and how do I get through all of that each day? And it's only by the grace of God and the transformation that my response to every situation now and going forward is to find the authentic, honest, sincere person that I can always be. Because everyone says working at a church is easy. Let me tell you, my friends, it is not easy. Though I do love it, it is not easy. So I ask you to take the time to find out where your journey is taking you, and to take a few moments to figure out how God is transforming you through your journey.